Facebook. Hello, Facebook.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? Um, Nothing's going on, really. James and I are sitting here talking. Yes, James is here. You guys never see James, but James is here. And we were talking about people being at home because of the stay-at-home orders, and we're always talking about marriage. And I've had at least one person to say to me that they have learned something about themselves and their marriage and their spouse, and that is that they don't like their spouse. They love them, don't get me wrong, they love them, but they're learning that they don't really like them, which is not good in the long run if you plan to be together. Now, in a time like this, of course, because you're stuck at home, you're quarantined, if you have kids, then that's a great diversion because you're busy taking care of the kids. They don't have school, so you don't have to get them into bed, at a real early time or anything like that. And so you might be getting under one another's skin. And I mean, that's normal.
It happens.
It happens. But I wanted to encourage people to do something. And this is something that I actually say to newlyweds all the time when they first get married, to write down the reasons you're getting married. Because at some point, you're going to need a reminder. And no one can remind you better about why you married this imperfect person better than you. So at this time, of course, not ideal because it's after the fact, it's in the heat of whatever is going on. And maybe not something going on, but, in the heat of the quarantine and being at home, take a minute and write down the reasons you married this person. And of course, inevitably, it's going to be positive stuff because you didn't marry this person because they get on your nerves. Although they're getting on your nerves now. What? Although they're getting on your nerves now. That's not why you married them. So take this time instead of confirming that, yeah, this is the end of our marriage, or yeah, I knew I was right, he sucks, or she sucks. Take this time to remember the qualities, the good stuff.
I'll say, in times like this, it's bad. But I think it's God's way of telling us, okay, let's settle down and let's look at what's important. And because of everybody's busy schedules, husbands and wives don't get to spend a lot of time together, so you're growing separately, unintentionally. And now you're coming together and you're seeing these things that you just don't like. Oh, I hate that about her, or I hate that about him. But you've got to keep it in perspective. Just because you dislike some things that they're doing doesn't mean you dislike that person or allow it to push you to where you don't want to be married. Okay, that's minor. I mean, we've been married 26 years now. Yeah, it's a long time. And
Yes, Lord.
I've seen how I've experienced how being away from your family can affect your marriage in the worst way. Mm-hmm. So, just keep things in perspective and get to know one another. Get to know the likes and dislikes. Because if you know what he or she likes, then you know what you can do to make them happy. And if you know what they dislike, you know what not to do. It's as simple as that.
And I know you might be thinking, I am not concerned about making this person happy right about now. But if your marriage is a priority and you do want to be married,
and it should be a priority,
then step out of yourself for just a minute and think about, like he said, what can I do? Something simple, something small that could add a little joy to this person's day, a little happiness, something that may make them smile instead of make them give you an ugly look.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. She wanted to go live and I didn't, but to make her happy, well, I had to sacrifice. So guys, you got to sacrifice.
So anyway, just a note of encouragement and something that you can do it's not all lost. And just take a minute to do that. Write down why you got married or why you married this person, this imperfect person. Why did you marry him in the first place? And just start to remind yourself of those things, that they're not a horrible person. Because if they are truly a horrible person,
You wouldn't have married them.
well, not only that, but it probably speaks more to you than the other person, because
It was
it
your
was a
choice.
choice. So,
It was your choice.
so word to the wise, and bye bye.
Take care.
Bye bye.